Sorry, we lost introductions in the opening video, but I can deal. If you want to see the opening video, you can find it on Mad Matt Inc. on YouTube. So, anyways, continuing with birthdays.
Yes, birthdays. We were talking about John Barrowman. John Barrowman is, of course, currently playing Malcolm Merlin, a member of the Legion of Doom, in CW's Legends of Tomorrow. So he's probably celebrating his 50th with that cast. And, of course, he continues to make Torchwood audios for Big Finish, because he freaking loves Jack Harkness.
Who doesn't?
So, happy birthday, John Barrowman.
Weird. The picture that Matt found of John Barrowman shows that he has black teeth.
Oh, that's a weird issue with OBS lately. I don't know why that is. It just like for some reason a certain tone of white just goes black and see-through for some reason.
Weird.
Wow.
It just automatically transparents it to black. Weird. Am I gonna have to start looking for that when I find the publicity photos? When I
That's why I actually stopped trying to re-record old footage for openings because I'm just like, nope, that's not right. And yeah, and half the 3/4 of the wall behind him is black now too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
it's the
moving
same
on.
shade as his teeth. Okay, and our final birthday is Alex Kingston, who played River Song, who turned 54, and she has just finished the TV movie Crushed. And that's really it for birthdays. Happy birthday, Yiji. Happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, Alex. And so now we move on to our big news.
Oh yeah, lots of big news. So we have a brand new image and trailer. Brand new wallpaper has been released for the upcoming series, series 10, I believe. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And of course, a much longer trailer. All right. I kind of like this. I kind of like this wallpaper. It looks really nice.
It's obviously a publicity picture.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
doesn't look like
it's
it was
from
taken.
it's from the pilot. It's a series 10
I'm not
image.
sure. I'm not sure it's an image still. I think it was a publicity photo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Just-
we're agreeing, but we're saying that the elements of it are from the episode. Possibly.
No, I wouldn't think so because it's got that giant thing of Mars, and
Doctor
other
Who-
things. If anything, it might be a sample of elements from different episodes, but I don't think it's
Well,
specifically
it's,
about one episode.
Doctor Who News says a new Doctor Who Series 10 image has been released by the BBC, who have confirmed the first episode will be titled The Pilot. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right.
I misread the description above
Gotcha.
the image.
Mhm.
One thing that I particularly noticed about this is there's a planet on the right, and a lot of people are just assuming it's Earth. But I zoomed in just because I wanted to see if it was Mondas or not, and I can't recognize those continents. So unless somebody can correct me, that might be a completely unrelated planet.
Yeah, unless that's like a really weird angle. Yeah, I'm not so bought on that.
Unless,
Being
of course,
Mondas
they're
or Earth.
retconning Mondas to not having the same continents,
Right.
which would not actually bother me. It actually made me twitch when we saw Mondas in 10th Planet. It was basically just the Earth upside down.
It was the 60s.
I know.
And I would assume the
I
Cybermen
will-
by now can move continents anyways if they can move planets.
No shit. But yeah, I mean, you've got the TARDIS, which looks basically the same as it's been looking. And you've got, Pearl
In the bottom
Mackie.
left might be a reference to the episode involving the frozen River Thames, and what might also be lava.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. And we've got what looks to be a city on fire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we really can't tell what kind of city, though it does look alien.
Does look alien, maybe even Dalek, but I'm not bought on that either.
No, I'm not 100% sure, but it does look like an
Yeah.
alien city.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That architecture does not look human.
Not normal human, at least. Anywho,
And then we've got Nardole in the background there.
I've been trying to
Who's
pull the
being
doctor back
Nardole?
in.
Yep.
Okay. So that being said, we now know that the season 1 or the episode 1 of season 10 will be known as The Pilot. And so we're taking a second look at the kind of spoiler or kind of Easter egg that was hidden in the trailer, the previous kind of teaser trailer, where we saw a series of books and the titles kind of hinted at possibly what upcoming episodes would be called.
And we had serious doubts that this was accurate, or if accurate, that they were actually the titles. But now that we know that the pilot is the title, it's much more likely that Cultbox was
could
right
be in
about
the reference. Yeah.
The reason I was so on it is the fact that it was basically pure speculation at that point, based on someone going, "Hey, look at the titles on these books." It could mean, and everyone was taking it as it was. No, I was saying it was, take it with a grain of salt until you get some corroborating evidence. Well, we've now got some corroborating evidence. So we can be reasonably certain the pilot is now, of course, the opening episode. This is where Pearl Mackey's Bill is going to come in. The next episode, Smile, is probably going to be the one that's about emojis. Thin Ice is probably the Frozen River Thames. Knock something.
I would guess Knock Knock, but that might not be right.
Let's wait and see.
Actually, I've gotten another list, and this one's also unofficial, but it's apparently leaked titles, and it doesn't 100% match what's on there. So it's possible that there's been further revision
on the titles.
But,
yeah,
but it does start with the pilot, and the second episode is Smile, but the third episode is written as On Thin Ice instead of just Thin Ice. And the fourth title is listed as Knock on Wood.
Hmm.
The fifth title is still listed as Oxygen.
Okay.
The sixth is listed as Extremis. The seventh is Like...
We knew Extremis was going to be a title, I believe.
The seventh is Like Yesterday. The eighth is Truth. The ninth is The Queen of Mars. The 10th is The Eaters of Light. The 11th is The Converted. And the 12th is The First Planet. Now, with those two last titles, I'm thinking those might be the two-part finale.
Yeah.
But
that's not the first time I'd heard The First Planet being thrown around, so...
And this came from a leaked billing. I don't know where it was fully leaked from.
No reference as to who leaked it, but apparently it was a recent one.
Yeah, I saw a blog video on it, literally 5 minutes before we started the podcast. And I didn't have enough time to hear his source and everything. I just had enough time to record them down. So I am going to remind you that this is completely unofficial until we hear more. But it does have all the written and directed by stuff, and it all looks correct. But, you know, these things could be changed as further comes down the line, or this could have been somebody completely faking it. We don't know. But...
Take it with a grain of salt, but there could be some words of truth to this.
Yes. And so I'm not really calling this news. I'm citing this as rumor, but but apparently, yeah, the books here do represent what the titles, or at least the working titles at the time, were.
Okay. So next.
All right. So Fathom Events has updates to its screenings of the pilot in the United States and I believe also Australia here. Yes, so let's start with the United States. They will be presenting BBC America's Doctor Who Season 10 premiere. Will be in theaters for 2 nights, Monday, April 17th, and Wednesday, April 19th, 2017, 7 p.m. local time, following the television premiere on Saturday. So you will be able to catch those in the theater, or the premiere in the theaters. if you're pretty lucky here. Additional content will be the premiere of Class, featuring guest appearance, by Peter Capaldi. Well, we've already reviewed the first episode of Class.
Yeah, so that kind of makes it go from, yeah, I kind of want to go see that, to, no, I don't.
And also, there's also a bonus feature called Becoming the Companion, where fans will travel with new companion Pearl Mackie.
The bonus feature.
Yeah, you have to sit through the main episode, which we'll have probably seen 3 days before. Sit through Class just to get this 10-minute bit on Becoming the Companion.
Scum
and
it's basically you just kind of travel. I believe she's on a London stage, the doors of the TARDIS, to a once-in-a-lifetime role as Pearl. It's basically, it sounds like kind of like what we've seen with Matt Lucas behind the scenes, kind of, that he's been posting to YouTube.
Yeah, it sounds like that kind of thing. And literally, if it had just been the premiere and the special and the Becoming the Companion bit, I probably want to go see it. But the fact that they had to sandwich a pile of crap in the middle,
just like, that's not worth my money. Bye.
it's no longer worth my money to have to pay to sit through that at Monday, Wednesday theater prices.
It doesn't take long enough to make a sandwich to miss an episode of Class. The concession line isn't long enough.
Yeah,
I know. You just have to sit there and hem and haw for like
There's
half
not
an
enough
hour.
alcohol in the world to make me want to sit through it again.
You've got two perfectly good pieces of bread at each side and a pile of crap in the middle. I don't want a crap sandwich.
Literally made a shit sandwich.
How about a giant douche?
Unless they show Class before they show the premiere of Doctor Who.
Bill, I believe the person who added this into programming is the giant douche.
Touché.
So, with that being said...
Yeah. Alright. Other changes for the Australian version of this event is, let me see here. It'll also be the first episode of the new series, the pilot, over Easter Sunday and Monday. Of course, it'll be, showing the new sidekick Bill, which is Pearl Mackie. Let me see here, and I think they're also getting the behind the scenes thing with Pearl Mackie taking us behind.
Oh, so the Australians don't get the shit sandwich.
Correct. They're getting the good parts without the crap in the middle.
So they're getting actually what we would pay for.
Anybody that's listening to us in Australia land.
Although, to be fair, I think that's because, hypothetically, Americans haven't seen the first episode of Class yet.
Oh,
that might be why.
Blow it out of their ears.
Still.
It's already too late. People have already made up their minds in America about whether or not they like Class by this point, and most of us absolutely hate it.
Yeah, the thing is, the diehard fans will have gotten it by other means.
Yeah.
And most of the other people don't care enough to watch a spinoff.
And those curious but didn't want to waste their time watching probably watch something
BBC
like us.
America like 24 hours in the background, and they've probably just been watching Star Trek marathons for months and months.
Yeah, there's no mention in here of them having to watch Class.
Okay. And in that aspect, after watching, a few weeks of Voyager reruns, an episode of Class may actually be palatable.
By the way, hasn't Australia already seen Class?
I think so, yes.
That's probably why they're not getting it.
We're like the only place.
We're like the
that's
only
what Hilda
country
said.
that hasn't seen it, I think.
That's why, because we're the special children. We get to watch it in the theater before it comes to our screens.
We get to sit in the back with the safety scissors and
because
glitter.
I guess the assumption is that Americans don't torrent ever.
Right.
No American has ever torrented or watched a leaked episode or.
Right.
Because we are honorable people.